What's good, TMG fam? It's your boy Ellen. I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute. Now listen, man, we back with the 15 deadliest animals in Asia. Now, I know we've been locked down for a minute, but if you like me, you got a lot of travel plans when the world opens back up, essentially. You know what I mean? The election is over with, the pandemic has slowed up, calmed down. You got travel plans, bro. I got travel plans. I was on this travel streak. I was moving around. I was shaking, moving and shaking, baby. And then the pandemic hit and slowed me down. So it's a couple of places, you know, that's on my list to hit. Now, Asia, I ain't gonna lie, wasn't on my list to hit. But I would like to know, you know, maybe it may find its way into my radar and I may go out there, man. And I want to know what's out there. You know what I'm saying? You always want to be well versed in the areas that you're going. All right. So with that said, 15 deadliest animals in Asia. Let's check this out.
While the continent of Australia might be the most famous for its deadly animals, there's no doubt that the world's largest continent, Asia, has more than enough creatures crawling, running, and flying through it that want to kill you. In fact, it can seem like there's deadly nightmarish monsters running wild across Asia sometimes. From the bat named after a terrifying shark to the literal dragon, which rules an entire island, here's the 15 deadliest animals in Asia. Number 15. Hammerhead Bat. The Moosehead Hammerhead Bat is one strange-looking creature. Although native to Africa, these bats have also been found in Asia. Their wingspan can reach 3 feet, making them one of the largest bats, and the males, the ones...
That's a vampire. I'm convinced, fam. You see his head shape, body size, wingspan. It's a vampire, bro.
With the big moose-like heads are much larger than the females. While this bat might seem relatively harmless, seeing as it feeds almost entirely on fruit, there are diseases lurking within the bats which render them catastrophic.
Hey, he ain't got disease. Look at his eyes. He look like a drunk wino. Look at fam. No. Yeah, if he bites you, you done. A whole human is gonna drop out of your nostril. Like, look at his eyes, bro. No. Asia, bro. Y'all got some stuff out there, bro. What is that?
Graphically dangerous to humans.
It gets a little messy. This, for example, isn't a picture of a hammerhead salamander because hammerhead salamanders don't exist.
In fact, it is now proven that bats carry more dangerous viruses than any other species. A team of researchers in New York set out to clear the bat's name from accusations that it was one of the main conduits for terrible diseases like Ebola and Marburg entering the human system. But they turned up a set of results which did quite the opposite. It is now known that the bats do indeed carry these diseases without any symptoms, which cannot be said of humans, as Ebola has a close to 50% death rate. Some speculate that the recent outbreak of COVID-19, which has pretty much seen 2020 go down as one of the craziest years in recent history, was originally sourced from a fruit bat, and maybe it was one of these weird-looking disease.
Bro, they tagging COVID-19 onto everything. Like, I've heard so many different stories of where this where it could have started at. Now it's the fruit bat now.
Carriers. Before we go on, like this video, come from under your bed. Number 14. Komodo Dragon. Okay, so I said these monsters rule the island they live on, and that was a little untrue. In fact, they rule all 4 of the islands they live on: Flores, Rinca, Gilimotang, and Komodo itself, all of which are in Indonesia. The Komodo Dragon is one seriously terrifying lizard that looks like it ought to have disappeared with the dinosaurs, and is yet somehow still right here, doing dragon stuff to this day. These giants can grow to 10 feet long, and are also big eaters. They are able to consume up to 80% of their own body weight in meat in a day.
Bacteria into their mouths thanks to feeding on carcasses.
And they certainly love meat, chowing down on pig, water buffalo, deer, snake, fish, and, if they get the opportunity, human. As well as all this, 10% of an adult Komodo dragon's diet consists of other Komodo dragons, with a particular taste for dragon eggs.
Yo, he ain't never met a meal he ain't like, bro. And I didn't even know they could move that fast. Did you see him chasing after the deer? Now, it didn't look like he was gonna catch up to him, but fam, hey, he had some wheels on him though. I didn't expect that. That's good to know. Certain things that look slow and sluggish, you kind of get a little bit more comfortable around because you know you kind of faster. You be like, all right, if I need to dash on him in a minute, I'm good. I'm quick on my feet. He would surprise you.
One thing they cannot be accused of is being wasteful. The dragons will eat bones, teeth, hooves, and hair, and their powerful digestive system can burn through most of this tough material, while anything it can't handle will come back up as a kind of foul-smelling hairball. On top of all this, it was recently discovered that Komodo dragons are venomous, which is what makes their bite so powerful and dangerous. It was previously believed they simply had highly bacterial mouths, but new evidence suggests they possess venom ducts. Number 13. Fat-tail scorpion. The fat-tail scorpion is a mid-sized arachnid, measuring up to 3.5 inches, and is found in the Middle East, Pakistan, and also in parts of Africa. The massive tails which give them their name are not just for ornamentation either. These scorpions are some of the most dangerous in the world, and their Latin name, Androctonus crassicoda, means fat-tailed man-eater. Envenomation from one of these powerful arachnids means the release of powerful neurotoxins into the body of the victim.
Encounters with scorpions is purely random in most cases. If you stand on a scorpion, it's a life and death situation for that scorpion.
And although major pharmaceutical companies do manufacture antivenom, these scorpions are still responsible for many deaths every year. In spite of these dangers, the fat-tailed scorpion is a popular pet and is commonly discovered in the exotic animal trade. The fat-tail also likes to live in abandoned and derelict human structures, which makes them particularly dangerous to people going exploring, or to soldiers making use of them during times of war, as many troops have discovered during the various recent conflicts in the Persian Gulf. Number 12. Indian Rhinoceros. The Indian rhinoceros is one of the 5 remaining species of rhino in the world, 3 of which live in southern Asia, while the remaining 2 are African. However, the Indian and Javan rhinos have their own genus and are only distantly related to the remaining 3. The biggest
Yeah, I know y'all like, yo, what is he laughing at? I'm sorry, bro. It's just that Ace Ventura moment where he climbed out of the rhinoceros, man. I'm sorry. As soon as I see that, I instantly go back to that clip from the movie. My bad, y'all. Back to this.
visible difference between the Indian and the Javan rhinos compared to the others is that these two have only 1 horn, as opposed to 2. The Indian rhino is the 2nd largest mammal species in Asia, after the Asian elephant, and they can grow to more than 12 feet in length, while the average weight is just under 5,000 pounds. Although the very biggest males,
meaning you're not moving it if you tried. You thought Matumbo was hell on the blocks. Try moving a rhino out the way, bro. You are not moving him, fam, at all.
can weigh in at up to 8,800 pounds, which is about the weight of a monster truck. These are some big animals, and although they are generally peaceful, you would not want to make an enemy out of one of them. Indian rhinos love to bathe and keep themselves cool and clean, and are also great swimmers. For a massive animal, they can move pretty fast too. They're able to run at up to 35 miles per hour. They have few natural predators, although
35 miles an hour? A rhino with 5,000 pounds at 35 miles an hour, bro? Could you imagine the impact? 35 miles. I thought he was going to say a good 10 mile an hour, 5 mile an hour. 35, bro? That's unbelievable.
Tigers sometimes kill unguarded calves and have been known to rarely attack and kill adults. The Indian rhino used to be widespread across Asia, but human destruction of their habitat and hunting have massively devastated population numbers. So there's only around 2,000 left in the wild today, a number which is declining. Number 11. Great White Shark. The world came to know the great white shark thanks to the 1970s Steven Spielberg horror movie Jaws, which established this almighty predator as a nightmare of the ocean. Is this reputation deserved? Not entirely, as the great white is a fascinating creature with mysterious and complex behavior. On the other hand, there have been more unprovoked attacks on humans by this species than by any other kind of shark. So it's not all fantasy from Spielberg. Many of these attacks, however, are overzealous attempts by the shark to test out a human to see if it's worth eating or not.
When she was first discovered near the Mexican island of Guadalupe in 2013.
And the answer is usually no, since we have very little blubber. At least, surfers and swimmers have very little. Maybe Taco Bell customers would be.
The bad thing about it is his one test bite is gonna kill you. You know what I mean? It's gonna kill you. So that's what sucks about it. That's why people kill me when they say, oh, sharks don't like the taste of human. They have to figure out they don't like the taste first, genius. And by the time they figure out that you're not something they would like to eat, it's already too late. Like, it is. Megalodon, though, he out there.
Be a more interesting meal for a great white. Unfortunately, these test bites can be pretty devastating for a puny human body in the mouth of this massive predator.
My bad, I ain't give him a chance to say it, but he just echoed my same points. So, y'all know how I am about sharks, though. Preferably Megalodon, bro.
Also, most great white attacks are by juvenile sharks, who are still figuring out what is food and what isn't. But the fact that it was a mistake probably doesn't make a lot of a difference to the 65 people who are on record as having been killed by great whites. When a mistake can involve tearing off up to 30 pounds of flesh in one mouthful and applying more than 1 ton per square inch of pressure, you probably don't really care about the motive. Still, author of the book Jaws, Peter Benchley, has admitted that he would not write the book today, knowing what he does now about how complex and extraordinary these sharks are. Much more than the man-eaters they are said to be. Number 10. Asian elephant. The Asian elephant, as we mentioned a couple of topics back, is Asia's largest land animal. They have a long history of human interaction, and unlike rhinos, who have pretty tiny brains, the Asian elephant is regarded as one of the most complex and intelligent species on Earth. They have been listed as endangered since 1986, and their population has declined by 50% in the last 3 generations. Worse still, these elephants are very unhappy in captivity, experiencing high death rates and low birth rates in zoos and enclosures. The conflict for space between humans and elephants is ongoing.
That would be like a 150-pound person eating 5 pounds of food in one day.
And there's little doubt as to the winner on the large scale. Elephants do not stand a chance against humans. One-on-one, however, would be a different story, as the massive power of this animal could toss and break a human in one swipe. There are many religions where elephants are considered a nuisance, raiding crops and destroying human structures. The result is that between 1980 and 2003 in Assam, India, 1,150 humans and 370 elephants died in conflict, and they are responsible for 400 deaths a year in India. Rogue elephants who have been previously mistreated by humans can become highly aggressive to people and attack unprovoked, while other wild individuals can be unpredictable.
And an elephant look like they could be the nicest, you know what I mean, animals in the world until you piss them off. And then it's like 0 to 100, 0 to 1,000, and it's probably no stopping it. You just have to wait till it's over, wait till they calm down, or you happen to pull out a tranquilizer and we tranquilize them real quick, but that's about it.
Making them highly feared in many parts of Asia, given the space they need, and a slowing of the destruction of their natural habitat would reduce these conflicts, benefiting both humans and elephants alike. Number 9. Mugger crocodile. The mugger crocodile, sometimes known as the Indian crocodile, is a medium-sized crocodile growing up to 16 feet in length. They live on the Indian subcontinent and are a pretty common species of crocodile there, meaning interactions with humans are relatively common. Far more common than the notorious and massive saltwater crocodile, which also lives in India, albeit in far smaller numbers.
The mugger crocodile is considered a medium-sized crocodilian.
The mugger crocodile is considered to be dangerous to humans, and fatal attacks have been recorded. Usually, the mugger, an ambush predator, will launch itself at an unsuspecting human at the water's edge. Once the big jaws have clamped down, the mugger will then drown the human, but it is very rare they will actually consume a human being, perhaps not liking the taste, or finding it too big. Muggers don't stop at humans though, and have also been recorded as attacking Bengal tigers and lions, although more often the tiger will have the upper hand in this encounter. These fearless reptiles will try their luck with anything that comes too close. Number 8. Asian Giant Hornet. The Asian Giant Hornet is the world's largest hornet, measuring up to 2 inches in length, with a wingspan of 3 inches, and a huge 1/4 inch stinger, which is where this flying insect carries its powerful venom. This hornet is a kind of super predator, attacking and killing insects larger than itself, including bees, mantises, and other hornets. They are specialists at attacking bee nests, and the usual strategy is the send 2 to 3 scout hornets to take a look around before they release pheromones to communicate to the remaining hornet swarm that everything looks good and that they should come up.
Just looking at a hornet, man, I automatically start itching, bro. Just itching.
On over for a massacre.
그럼에도 불구하고 우리가 말벌에 대해서 좀 이해할 수 있는
When they encounter western honeybee nests, a species which does not naturally encounter the Asian giant hornet, but nowadays does so more frequently due to human introductions, the result can be devastating, with hornets able to kill up to 40 bees a minute. These hornets are well known in Japan, where they kill around 12 to 13 people a year, usually due to an underlying allergy to the sting. But even those not allergic will suffer an extremely painful sting if a hornet tries to attack them, as they make their way across the United States. After first arriving in 2019, many more people are likely to encounter them, and perhaps, like in Japan, they may become part of the cuisine and considered a delicacy when fried. Number...
Wait, whoa. We frying hornets now? We frying hornets now. Like, y'all taking this extreme eating way too far, bro. I feel like these mukbangs, man, is really got us doing some craziness, bro. We frying hornets now. That's what we doing. I'll continue to watch y'all on YouTube eat crazy stuff. I'm not going there, bro. I'm not going there. And now that's another thing we gotta worry about when we go outside, because now they're like migrated here. Days, man. Days feel like they get numbered.
Number 7. Sloth Bear. You might think that due to its name, the sloth bear would be a kind of cute and cuddly bear, slowly moving and lazy. But if you did think that, you'd be very wrong. This small to medium-sized bear is found in India, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, and Bangladesh. They stand about 6 feet high at their tallest, and are particularly fluffy looking, with coarse long fur helping to protect them from insects.
And check out those claws. Sloth bears have super long.
They have powerful,
He straight up smacked him though.
stocky frames, long sharp claws, and a vicious bite, and are anything but slothful. These nocturnal animals are in fact busy bears, foraging and looking for food almost all of their waking hours. They are also known for their highly aggressive behavior. They are super intelligent also. For example, they sense rainstorms coming and dig small holes in termite mounds, then wait for the rain to enlarge the holes and flush the insects out for an easy meal. These bears are known for their attacks on humans, and many have occurred over the years, causing fatalities. As their habitats are destroyed, they are forced to live closer and closer to people, making encounters more common. These are also the original dancing bears, first trained by Muslims in the region in the 13th century, and this tradition is still practiced today, although conservationists are trying to convince the bear handlers to give up the dancing bears, seeing as so many are forced to live in wretched conditions and are prone to physical and mental illness. Number 6. Bengal Tiger. Although it is usually considered that humans have no natural predators, the Bengal Tiger is surely the one which might be the exception. Studies have produced all kinds of figures on the dangers posed by the Bengal Tiger, and one suggests that more than 1 million people have been eaten by Bengal tigers since 1500. Another states that the human death toll to tigers in India at the end of the 19th century was an astonishing 80,000 people a year. Some tigers became infamous as man-eaters. In one famous story from 1907, the Champawat tiger was hunted and killed by the famous British hunter.
As the months pass, Sartre grows confident enough to make the first move in her bid for power.
And tracker Jim Corbett, after he followed the trail of blood from the tiger's last victim, a 16-year-old girl. This tiger was believed to have eaten at least 430 people. Most tigers seem not to enjoy the taste of humans as much as of deer or other prey, but certain individuals have developed the taste, and not only in the wild. Fatal attacks in zoos are not uncommon, and between 1998 and 2001, 7 people were killed by tigers in zoos in the United States alone. In the Sundarbans region, between India and Bangladesh, tiger attacks are a major risk to life, with up to 60 deaths per year. The tigers here actively hunt humans, and the people have resorted to various methods to protect themselves, including wearing armor to protect the spine, and masks on the back of their heads to fool the tigers. But they have learned the difference between a mask and a face. Maybe not.
They are just adapting, bro. That's what they see. That's what they're known to do. They adapt. You change up, they change up. You change up, they change up again. Your back's to them, they sneak up behind you. You put masks to act like you're looking for it when you're not. And then they realize that you're faking it. They adapt to it. Like, that's what I be saying, man. And I know y'all say all the time, look, bro, he trained that tiger. He's been around it since birth, and it looks at him like a family member. Until it don't look at him as a family member, until he wants to establish dominance, prove he's the leader. Like, I'll never agree with y'all on that.
Not top of your list for your next relaxing vacation. Number 5. Sawscale Viper. The Sawscale Viper is known as one of the big 4 snakes of the Indian subcontinent. A list of the 4 snakes responsible
Guy's blended in, bro. And you don't even see them.
For the most snake bites, which require serious medical attention in the region. This viper's venom contains 4 separate toxins, each of which attacks a vital component of the body of the victim: its nervous system, its heart, its cells, and its blood. These snakes tend to live in rural areas, which are less likely to have medical facilities.
So many of them much bigger, much more impressive than this one, but actually, to humans,
and therefore access to antivenom. And they are also nocturnal, meaning most bites take place at night, further complicating things for anyone bitten. This powerful combination of toxins can cause the brain to bleed, which often will lead to death if untreated, and can also cause kidney failure due to blood clotting. These snakes are widespread and numerous, so can pose a threat to anyone living too close to them, and the mortality rate is around 20% of those bitten. Their complex venom is harvested for use in medical research and has powerful properties which, ironically, are now used in many forms of life-saving medicine. Number 4. Giant panda. Pandas are one of the most charismatic species of all, and you'd think they were nothing but cute and cuddly bears, with nothing more dangerous about them than their habit of sneezing a lot. But wild pandas are a different proposition. These are, after all, still bears, and those instincts are hardwired. They can claw and bite with the best of them, and they are bigger than you might think, reaching sizes of 6'3" when they are fully grown adults, and weighing up to 350 pounds. These bears can do some serious damage if the mood takes them, and local predators such as snow leopards know better than to try their luck against an adult panda.
See, I feel like panda's been advertised as cute and cuddly, and it descends. You know what I'm saying? How how would you put it? What's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it. But anyway, by them putting it out as him being all cute, cuddly, it makes you think you can just walk up to one day and that thing could kill you just like that, bro. With the snap of his finger. You see how strong those pandas are, bro? Yeah. The only panda I want to be around is the one that designer talking about when he rapping. That's it. That's the only type of panda I want to be around. And I was talking about it disarms you. That's the word I was looking for. Disarms you when they promote them as cute and colorly.
As we can see in this video, an angry panda who likes the look of your jacket isn't going to take no for an answer. Attacks in the wild are known, but rare. The panda has traditionally lived far from humans, and even in China, was a little-known animal until the 19th century. They are now among the most famous animals in the world, partially due to the famous female Chi-Chi who once lived at London
They still funny though.
Zoo, and are the most expensive animals for zoos to keep, twice as expensive as the number 2, the African elephant. The good news is that being the face of animal conservation has finally led to a small increase in the wild panda population in recent years. Number 3. Reticulated Python. The reticulated python is a monster snake, the longest in the world, and among top 3 heaviest. They are fantastic swimmers, and have been spotted far out at sea, often swimming to new islands to expand its range and find new prey. Normally attacks on humans are rare, with the pythons recognizing that the human shoulder structure is just a little too wide to fit into its mouth.
Once you get them home, you're going to want to keep up that regimen of feeding. We feed them here every Wednesday.
But there have been recorded fatalities, and some of them recently. A 54-year-old Indonesian woman named Watiba, who went to check her vegetable garden on the island of Muna, ended up being killed and swallowed whole by a reticulated python in June 2018. After loved ones began to worry, they went to check the garden and found only her sandals and machete there. A further search revealed a bloated python lying about 100 feet away, which the villagers killed and cut open, finding the poor woman's body inside. The gruesome event was filmed and leaked onto the internet, where it went viral. We'll leave it up to you to go and look that up, if that's the kind of...
I think I've started to see that. I never watched the full video because it's not something I want to see, but man, y'all be careful out there with them gardens, bro. I hear a lot of that, like snakes being in gardens or a lot of snake bites or different animal bites taking place in gardens, man. It's the stuff that comes along with that type of stuff. So be careful if you got a garden out there and watch out for stuff like that, man. Snakes out there this big. I'm going to watch anacondas, bro. I'm going to watch anacondas.
Thing you're into. Several other fatal incidents have been reported in Indonesia during the 21st century, but they are normally fearful of humans. And the python is also considered a sacred animal in Indonesia, meaning numbers are healthy and it is generally left alone. Just keep an ear out for hissing when out tending the garden. Number 2. Tiger shark. The tiger shark is a huge predator, which can grow to more than 16 feet long, and is second only to the great white shark in number of attacks on humans. And due to the tiger shark's specially serrated teeth, a bite from one of these can be even more devastating than their cousins, the great whites. They prefer warmer waters, and live in the Pacific in relatively large numbers, with a reputation for eating human trash, with paint cans, leather jackets.
It takes her a while to get comfortable with divers in the water.
And rubber tires found inside their bodies, along with many other things. Attacks on humans can be devastating, as professional surfer Bethany Hamilton found out at the age of 13 when a tiger shark bit off her left arm. In spite of nearly dying, Hamilton was back to surfing just 26 days after the attack, and is now recognized as a great surfer and a serious badass. Cage diving and feeding of tiger sharks is discouraged, but in 2007, divers for the Discovery Channel proved that diving without a cage was impossible. But looking at this footage, would you want this many tiger sharks swimming around you? Number 1. King Cobra. This mighty and enormous venomous snake is one of the most famous in the world due to its characteristic hood and ferocious reputation. Like the Sawscale Viper, the Cobra is one of the big four and has long been a snake feared by humans. King Cobras have even found themselves in death struggles against the mighty Reticulated Python from earlier, ending in death for the both of them in one case reported in National Geographic. They are the longest venomous snake in the world and can stand 6 feet up.
I often wonder, how do they control them like that, man? Like, you see a lot of those handlers, they pull those vipers out or whatever. King Cobra, what was the name of the snake? I forgot that fast. Dang it.
King Cobra.
Yeah, King Cobra. How do they do that? Like, how do they do that? They use music sometimes, or they're very good with them. I wonder, is it something that they're not telling us or something? Because they're very brave. They pull them out those boxes, man, and they be doing different things with them. And sometimes they'll tap them on the top of the head and different things. I can never get that close to a snake like that, bro. I don't care what type it is. You know what I mean? Nah.
Are also known to growl like dogs as a warning, and when they strike, they can inject up to 1.5 teaspoons of deadly venom into their victim. One Russian snake lover was killed in 2015 when his pet cobra bit him while feeding, causing him to die in just 15 minutes. Their favorite food, however, is other snakes, and they climb, swim, and are the only snake species to build nests. These animals also fight ferociously, and although generally shy around humans, will not hesitate to strike when threatened. And bites have a mortality rate of 28%. The king cobra is truly a badass and seriously dangerous animal. That's all of the ferocious...
That sucks, man, to hear that he killed his handler, his owner at That's crazy, fam. Stop thinking y'all could tame these animals, bro. Stop. Stop. Hey, man, but y'all not gonna listen to us. They not gonna listen to us. We just gonna sit back and keep hearing about them because we too smart. We smart enough to know not to go down that route, man. Like, one thing that used to like just blow my mind was hearing about the rattlesnake roundup. Like, what? The what roundup? The rattlesnake roundup? So we're going to be around a bunch of rattlesnakes? That's what we're doing? That's how we find fun? I can think of a million other things to do that's fun than to go to a rattlesnake roundup. I'm sorry, man. But y'all get at me in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think, man. Leave a like, share the video, subscribe, and stick around and stay tuned, man, to the next reaction of my piece. Y'all stay solid. Hey.